reacting to video.
I'm editing the video right now, though.
Yeah.
Just real quick, I'm watching the video.
Oh yeah, I gotta turn this back up.
Let the game begin.
It's gonna be one boring ass video.
Wait.
Why does he look like that?
There was music playing in the background.
He looks like an evil villain or something. Why is his chin so long? Oh, God.
We're gonna restart that. And now. Story number 1.
Ethan was the kind of guy you didn't notice, which is a damn shame because it was brilliant. He blended into the background, whether it's
He did
school
not
or
blend in.
barely knew he existed in his parents.
Oh my God, the side bro.
Stop saying your song is fire. Your dance is great.
Of his pain and the sharp edge of his intelligence. That night of the senior ball had
That one evil villain.
changed. Ethan had gathered enough courage to ask Sarah to be his date. She was pretty. The two had been to the same classes since ages. And he had a massive crush
He
on
said he's so
her. It was a
excited.
bold move, out of character. But he was
Alright.
desperate to break free from his isolation. She laughed in his face. The rejection was
The quiet kid.
devastating. I tried to comfort him, but Ethan had already begun to retreat into a dark
Ethan?
place.
What's my boyfriend's name?
Multiple occasions by teachers. He started muttering
It's
to
fine,
himself
it's
one day.
fine.
My boyfriend does not look like that.
Until the students
Yes, he does.
his mother
Honestly, he
No,
does.
he's not.
talking with a childhood clown toy for hours. His father was typically hunting with his buddies to even care. I should have seen the signs. Should have done something. But I didn't. On the night of the ball, Ethan wasn't there when I arrived.
Cabron.
He was
Yeah,
too
it kinda looks
embarrassed
like
to show
Cabron.
up after what happened with
Why
Sarah.
are they doing
The
dirty?
gym was decked out with streamers and balloons, the usual cheap decorations for a high school dance. Kids were dancing, laughing, and I tried to impress my date Jenna with my dry humor, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was very wrong. It was about an hour into the ball when the lockdown alarm blared. The lights flickered, plunging us into semi-darkness.
You know Ethan?
Panic spread through the
Why does he
crowd,
look like old
cries of
Corbin?
confusion growing louder.
You know Corbin
I had
that
a
used to be at our
sinking
school?
feeling in my gut.
Oh.
The gym doors burst open, and there he stood.
Bro.
Honestly, the mask does him more justice, though. For
Why
his
is he
face.
so
He held two of his
skinny?
father's hunting
Why his
rifles.
hips look like that?
Calm, a man on a mission.
What is those little guns from the
They
goo?
will see me now. They will all remember my name. Screams erupted as he fired the first shot.
Well,
hitting
well,
a
they
kid
gonna
named
remember
Light
the
square in
clown.
chest.
They ain't gonna
Blood
remember the
sprayed
name.
across the dance
For
floor,
real.
and chaos ensued. The crowd scrambled, ducking under tables, pushing each other in a desperate attempt to escape. But there was
Bro,
no
they
way out.
sacrificing each
Had
other.
locked the doors. I was frozen, watching as my friend turned into a monster. He moved methodically, shooting indiscriminately. I saw him shoot Rachel.
Whose ass
Cheerleader
cheeks is
who
this?
loved his weight the
We're
previous
supposed to
year.
be.
Her
Oh my
lifeless
god.
body
Yeah.
fell
Guys.
to the floor. He turned
22.
and fired at Mr. Thompson, our math teacher, who tried to shield a group of students. The bullet tore through his shoulder, and he went down with a scream. Ethan, stop! This isn't you!
Isn't you? Stop.
Chaos.
Why does he look high?
310. I'm saying that so I remember. But why is bro like, stop? This isn't you.
Don't do this, Ethan.
This isn't what you. Your potential.
Your potential, you're wasting it.
Like,
Ethan,
bro,
no.
what?
Put
And the way
down
he's
that
like-
15 bullet shotgun. I don't know what I'm saying. I meant to say that 2-barrel shotgun. I said 15.
Just put it down. This isn't you, Ethan. This is honestly Cabernet Ethan, bro.
Stop.
I have to.
No.
I have to.
Ethan didn't hear me, or he didn't care. He kept
Ooh.
talking to the voices
No.
only he could hear, justifying his actions, condemning those who had wronged
I
him.
think that's called
I saw
insane.
Sarah huddled under a table, sobbing,
Sarah,
and
you're
I
kind of
knew
a
he
bad
wouldn't
one.
stop till he had her.
I'm
How
still
big is
seeing the
these?
mops at the titties.
Yeah.
The closer I got, the clearer I could see the madness in his eyes. He wasn't the Ethan I knew. This was
No
someone
duh.
else entirely. Whatever demons he had in his head, they had conquered him. I just wish someone would have called 911. Ethan, it's me, Jeremy. You don't have to do this. Let them go. He turned to me for a moment. I saw recognition in his eyes, but it was quickly replaced by the same cold rage. He raised his gun, and I felt a sharp burning pain in my side as the bullet tore through me. I fell to the ground,
That is
Ethan
not
shot
your
Cameron.
the
homeboy.
world spinning around me.
Ethan shot Cameron.
You all remember me now. He continued his rampage. The gym was filled with screams, gunfire.
Why are they standing there like that?
Why does he look like
Scattered, blood pooling on the polished floor. The horror seemed endless, but eventually the police stormed in, ending the nightmare. They brought him down in a single clean shot. As I lay there, bleeding and helpless,
Gaia.
watching as they dragged Ethan's body away,
Ew.
the gym looked like a slaughterhouse. 13 died and 26
Why did they all mysteriously get shot in the same place?
I'll never forget the
13
look in
died.
Ethan's
My
eyes,
lord.
the screams of my classmates.
How did blood get out there? That was like outside of the gym.
Easier than you ever thought possible.
Just looking at it.
If you could try something different and actually feel good about doing it.
You can elbows. Ah.
My elbows hurt.
I didn't see it coming.
Ow!
One moment we were cheering for our kids on the field.
Is he in a training bed?
We were plunged into a nightmare. I
No.
was on the sidelines. My second year
Oh.
as the coach of the Sherwood covered
I thought his
soccer
jeans
team.
went all the way
The
up
sun
there.
was high and the heat was making the day drag. Parents cheered and laughed and shouted encouragement. It was just another Saturday in the soccer field. My team was
Stop!
tournament and I had to finalize the roster. Not everyone could make the starting 11. That was my job, to pick the best. Donald stood out in the crowd.
Holy shit, Donald. He looks like he got
532.
sardines for lips. Oh my lord.
Donald.
His
Wait,
lips look like
wasn't there some dude
sardines.
named Donald Glover or something?
Yes. That's Childish Gambino. Don't disrespect him like that.
Wait, huh? Hold on, re-say that. I didn't hear you.
Childish Gambino. Don't look like him.
Childish Gambino, got that swagger.
Oh, you pussy. Well, you don't matter. No one knows that you went to.
I've started something. I've
Do
started.
you know who?
Donald Duck!
Do you know who Childish Gambino is?
I think so.
Oh.
But, Donald Duck.
That used to be my favorite artist.
Donald Duck.
No,
Donald Duck.
it was Donald Piss Duck. Look at his face.
532.
Broad shoulder with a perpetual scowl etched into his face. He had played some
Donald
soccer
Duck.
himself during his time. From what I had heard, everyone knew him as the dad with temper. His son Billy was good, but not quite there yet. I knew this would be a
He
tough
looks malnourished.
conversation. So when I
For
picked
real.
the lineup,
That kid
Donald
was.
stormed over. What the hell, coach? Why isn't Billy on the starting
Teeth.
yet? We've got some tough competition. He didn't take it
No.
well.
Why
How
not?
does his lips move like that?
No.
He started shouting,
Like, blah,
throwing
blah,
abuses
blah,
at me. You think you know everything, don't you? My boy's better than half of those kids out there. The other parents backed me up. They tried to calm him down.
Why does she not have a bra on? Her titties. They was hanging.
Finally, he spat in
They
my
were.
face, grabbed Billy, and stormed off.
Poor
I
Billy.
thought that was
He
the
probably
end
get
of it.
beat.
I was wrong.
Ew.
Horribly. Half an hour. I heard a scream from the parking lot. Just in time to see Donald marching back towards us. But this time,
This bitch got a gun.
he was carrying a semi-automatic rifle, eyes wild.
Oh,
face
gotta
to
get all specific with it.
This is
Yes.
my son. You think you can humiliate him? Humiliate me? Panic erupted.
Those are Coach Hayes.
Kids screamed.
He's like red hair.
Bro did.
He opened fire and
Poor
around
Coach Hayes.
me. I felt a searing pain in my leg and crumpled to the ground. Blood soaked through my
Jeez.
It was chaos. People running, bodies falling, screams of terror. Donald
Look at the titties. She know them, bro.
I reached a concession stand and huddled behind it, gasping for breath. My vision blurred, but I had to keep my head. I had to survive. I
She
peered
touched me with her
around the
toes.
corner,
Come on,
trying to get a sense of where he was. He was close. Too close. They snatched my dream, not my son. His voice was a mix of rage and madness. He picked out one of the parents who had spoken up in my support earlier. Pointing the gun at him, he made him sit on his knees in submission. The poor
In
man was
submission.
crying his eyes out, trying to bring up words to reason with Donald. But Donald paid no heed. He pulled the trigger, and a single bullet went through the man's head. His body swaying slightly and crumbling to the ground.
Ow!
Being struck towards
He
me.
elbowed
I could hear
me.
the crunch of his boots on the gravel.
The crunch in his
the heavy
boots.
breaths of a man on a mission.
A man on a mission.
Solve anything and think about Billy. I was desperate. Part of him that was still sane, but it wasn't hearing me. He raised the rifle. I closed my eyes, bracing for the end. A gunshot rang out, but it wasn't from Donald.
His kid.
Police officer had arrived,
Damn.
aiming his weapon at Donald.
Why the fuck he got rosy
Donald
cheeks?
on his shoulder, spinning him around. He dropped his rifle, falling to his knees.
Who knows?
You ruined everything. He collapsed. The fight
Oh,
drained
bro,
out
you
of him.
started it.
The police swarmed in, disarming him and securing the area. I lay there, pain throbbing through my body, relief washing over me. Paramedics rushed over, tending to the wounded. I was loaded.
Where his son
into a
at,
stretcher.
bro?
The world
Son at
spun around
home.
me, faces
Or in the
blurred
car.
and voices muffled. The last thing I saw before passing out was
Get that
Billy
Dorito chip,
standing
too.
alone in the chaos, tears streaming down his
Look
face.
at her in the back.
The horror of
Oh my god.
I had faced death and emerged alive, but I knew that I would be scared for life.
No shit,
Why?
Sherlock.
Why?
Story 3.
Believed in ghosts, even though I taught at St. Mary's Covenant
Scared me.
School, right next to
I think these are all school
said the nuns rolled to the ground.
school shooting videos.
Supposedly, these spirits belonged to sisters who had tragically perished in a fire
Sisters
decades
who
ago.
had tragically
They said if
passed.
you stayed late, you'd hear the prayers mixed with cries for help. Despite the chilling tales, I never experienced anything myself until that fateful day.
What's the locks?
It was a Friday afternoon when the principal announced a lockdown. Announced a lockdown.
The chin!
Was reportedly on the loose. The authorities advised everyone to stay inside, and so we were trapped in the school until further notice.
No.
The school usually emptied out before sunset, but that day I found myself in the eeriest of predicaments, locked in
Sorry.
with a handful of students in a
It
graveyard
was
just
kind of
outside our
aggy.
windows.
Mm-hmm.
The sky darkened rapidly, and the hallways felt increasingly
That's
Who the
the
fuck
kinda
is that man?
That's the kind of detail you went in on the red door, yellow door.
to the assembly
You
hall.
were like
I
that.
tried to keep them calm, but I could
I was
feel the
stressing
chill.
out, okay?
The principal asked few
We
teachers
should
to take
do
a
that
round
later
and
for,
find if any
like-
kids were
She looks
still
like the
left
moon
in class.
emoji.
I volunteered and grabbed the flashlight from the supply closet. Still on.
Dang,
Okay,
bro.
but yes, we are doing that later.
Naturally dark. My footsteps
Next
echoed
video.
as I made my way through the silent halls.
I don't know how
Classroom by
bitches be
classroom,
wearing
I
high
checked.
heels all day.
Empty
Them shit
desks,
hurt.
silent
For
chalkboards.
real.
Nothing unusual.
I could barely wear them for the play
Mhm.
or the
The
concert.
door creaked open, and I was hit by a sudden, inexplicable cold. My breath fogged in front of
Inexplicable
me. The
cold.
room was dark, save for the thin beam
I was about to
of my
pronounce it, but I
flashlight.
can't pronounce it
As
either.
I scanned the room, the beam caught something reflective on the floor.
Oh hell no. Uh-oh.
It was a tiny,
Bussy
silver
juice.
necklace lying in a pool of dark liquid. Blood. My
Blood.
heart pounded.
Blood,
I turned to leave,
blood.
but the door slammed shut. The temperature plummeted, and I heard a
Shit,
faint
she got a fatty.
words I couldn't understand. I yanked at the door, but it wouldn't budge. Panic.
What is this?
No response.
What happened to the rest? She's like,
The whispers
Ay.
the soft sound of footsteps. I spun around in the dim light.
nuns.
Oh.
This looks like that. The one in the middle reminds me of the movie Nun.
Their faces dark like rocks.
Does any of those look like from what you witnessed yesterday with Red Dwarf?
Hell no! It's just like phantom characters, like little phantom people.
Damn, okay.
They're like all black people, little white eyeballs.
One reached out to me, and I suddenly felt an icy grip around my wrist. I screamed and yanked my arm free, but the force sent me falling to the ground. My head struck the edge of the desk, and pain exploded through my
Plus
skull.
edging.
Darkness edged my vision, but I fought to
White
stay
good
conscious.
eyeball.
The whispers were deafening, and
They
the
finna
figures
butt
stood
fuck the lady. Oh my god.
bent down, and it looked into my
Ooh.
eyes.
What's she done like that?
Disoriented.
Just
It raised its dark, rotten hand towards me, but suddenly stopped as it spotted the cross around my neck.
God, why would her
That
nails
was the
go like
window I
that?
needed. With a burst of adrenaline, I crawled towards the door. My hand found the handle again, and this time it turned. I ran into the hallway, slamming the door.
What happened to the
behind
cross?
me. The whisper ceased.
The other one's
The
gonna
cold
get you.
lingered. I stumbled back to the assembly hall, clutching my
What is
bleeding
it?
head. Miss Jenkins, who taught languages, looked up, her eyes wide with fear.
Looks like Barney.
What happened? We need to get out. Now.
That is when the lights in the hall started flickering. The wind, which was blowing, suddenly ceased. And then, suddenly, the children at the back started screaming. Everyone saw a dark figure in nun's clothes, standing there for just a few seconds.
oh hell no.
It suddenly glided.
May Satan himself take me away. I'm not going anywhere near those decays.
Was everywhere.
They're the Jesus people. You gotta do is show them a cross and they nice to you.
Toward the main entrance. The lockdown
That's what I've
was
heard.
still in effect, but staying inside felt more dangerous. As we reached the main door,
Oh, that
we
little
found a
ass
police car
kid looks so
outside.
fucking
The policeman
sassy. He was
walked
like,
up to us.
Just
Everyone stay calm. We're here to evacuate you.
we're here to evacuate.
Said the escaped
Bro's
that
black.
man in the green shirt creeps me out. Why does
Bro's
he
black. Oh shit, you couldn't see the
police
kid.
washed over
saw
us.
the kid.
We filed out, the cold night air biting but welcome. I glanced back at the school, its dark windows like eyes watching us leave. The local wars no longer seemed like mere stories. I left St. Mary's Coven School shortly after that night.
Sub?
No.
Sub?
No.
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 Okay.
Look at my nail. It's got a cat on it. Is Rico? Oh,
Okay. That was reaction. Y'all. We're done with this video. I'm.
Hello.
Anyways,
I want McDonald's.
you guys, I'm going to go. Stay weird, my little bitches.
That was aliens.
It is, but I felt like saying bitches. Stay weird, my little aliens, since someone decided to call me out on it. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the post notification bell if you want to see my videos.
I got
You don't
sausage
flip off
fingers.
people.
Why are my fingers so short?